there's stories that keep going and going. Danielle, why don't you take it there and we'll
Sure.
kind of work it in.
So a couple weeks into us doing the business, we had made our investment back in 4 days. So when they say you can make your investment back very quickly, you can. Secondly, we realized in week 3 that my husband's arthritis, Lyme disease, and carpal tunnel were literally diminishing in pain. His pain was off the scale, off the charts at 51 years old. And that's when he looked at me and he said, his company, these products are going to be all over the globe. He goes, we have tried everything naturally. He refused to go on a pharmaceutical, and that's when with the essentials, which we'll talk about today, we really knew it. That's when I really picked up the phones and said, you guys have to get on the ground floor of this. So I meet Darcy Cook and Scott Cook, who are from Massachusetts. And the first time I ever heard her speak about her testimony, it was really remarkable. Darcy, start making your way up. Darcy is an incredible leader. She's going to tell her story. I don't want to steal her thunder on this, but I always get my eye makeup ruined. So I went to CVS and got waterproof mascara this morning because this detox product, I know AJ said it's a probiotic, this detox product has changed the lives of literally hundreds of people now that I personally have heard of with ADD, ADHD. We have so many great testimonies on mercury poisoning and
not a medical claim.
Not a medical claim.
Not a medical claim.
But I have testimonies. We have personal stories of people having remarkable results. And so this one is one of my nearest and dearest to my heart. So do both. Scott.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with my husband first. I think it's really important that you understand who's Scott Cook. He's the one that did all the work for you. So Scott's not here today because he's actually in Singapore, and he's actually looking at medical device and regulations for a company to actually come here into the state of Massachusetts. So we didn't go into a direct marketing company before. As a matter of fact, when I went home and told my husband that we got involved in this company, he freaked out. Why? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about who my husband is and the impact that he had and what he's done for all of you. So Scott, on a Friday, I came home and told him that we signed him. He freaked out, and he said, no way, I'm gonna lose my job and my credibility and my reputation. You know, these guys are just mixing this up in the garage and putting a label on it, and no. And I said, look, you know the people to call your peeps, get on the phone. I'm not emotionally attached to the company yet. Do what you need to do, and then just tell me a yes or a no, don't drag it out. He spent 4 days what I call him the cellar in the cave. It was a weekend. And what he did for you is he literally read every single one of Dr. Lehman's papers from beginning to end. And then it wasn't enough. So then he got on the phone on a Saturday and called Derek Hall and said, I know you're the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. This is Saturday, and I just signed up and you don't know who I am. But please justify to me what you're doing with your good laboratory practices and your standard operating procedures. Because I need to know that these are safe, ethical products and that you're doing the right thing before I can bring it out to, even consider doing it. Derek Hall on a Saturday in the middle of the night, who doesn't know who Scott Cook is, took the time to answer all of his questions about him coming into this business. And that wasn't enough. So what did he do? He called up Justin Banner on Sunday. Justin Banner gets on the phone with them and starts answering all his questions. What are they talking about? The labeling, the packaging, the regulatory requirements that our products actually have to meet the regulatory industry. If we were ever regulated today, Kivana's not going out of business. Everyone else is, but we are way ahead of the curve when it comes to regulation. So we also go one step further. Third party, outside credible auditors that come in and make sure that every product that comes off their line has the same ingredients, the same quality, the same potency, the same everything product. So every box is exactly the same. That's what the pharmaceutical industry does. We are way ahead of what the natural products industry is doing. We're reorganizing it, we're coming in, and we are doing something that no one's ever seen before. So in the close, right? So in the close, now I got you on the edge of the seat. So who is this guy? So here's what Scott does. Scott is the last 20 years has been the Senior Regulatory Compliance Officer and Quality Assurance Director for the pharmaceutical industry. He works for the FDA. Anything that you go by at CVS, he's looked at, touched, and made sure that it's safe and ethical for you to get out. He's been a research developer for a long time. He's actually just recently been elected as the Vice President of Global Society of Quality Assurance for the pharmaceutical industry. He's over in Singapore right now, looking at something to bring back here to the United States. He could not be here today, but I will tell you, Scott and I are 100% invested in this company. And why? Because of a lot of things, but most importantly, this product right here, and I will cry every time I tell the story. So